Hello guys, welcome to this lesson. We continue with Najdorf 6 bishop d3, e5, knight d2, and we already saw many different options for black. Now we will continue with the main move, the most played move, bishop e7, castle. And now once again black has different move orders. The main move is castle. Also possible is bishop e6. And there's some other moves. For example, if b5, knight g3, this will transpose to something we will see later. So in the other lessons. So here after castle, instead of bishop e6 or castle, another option is knight c6. We already saw the move order in the previous lesson, knight c6, castle, and then bishop e6. This is better one. With the bishop in e7 and then knight c6, I think this is a little bit suspicious. Now the idea is that he wants to fight this f4 to play castle, and then the bishop is not on e6, so we cannot attack it. This is the whole point. But here the problem is obvious that already we can play knight d5, and I think here black is in some danger. So he must take here. Bishop e4 is the best. If bishop c4, he will go here, and then the position is quite unclear. So I think the best is bishop e4. f5, in my opinion, is more or less the only way, because a5 is also possible, but it's very, very risky. Actually, there are only one game in this position. Is my game against the young Russian star Volodar Murzhin, played in last year in Turkish team championship. So my opponent played a5, which is very logical to bring the knight here. And we already saw similar position with bishop on f8 and king on e1. This is definitely in white's favor, because very fast we will push f4. So now we go c3 and f4. And here is the problem, that if black managed to play f5, black will be fine. But he cannot do it, because f5 is just losing now after we take here. And suddenly black is in big danger. Check. If he takes, this is very similar. We can go knight d4 now. Or we can go e6, and now the difference is we already can block with knight d4 here. I think white is just winning already the queen. So let's say he starts with queen b6, which is a little bit better, but in any case this position is not defendable. I think white is just crashing. Here, knight here. It's very forcing now. Rook f7 is the most important move. Knight d5 and bishop g5. Just winning. After bishop g5 we want to go queen h5, and this is just winning. So after bishop g5, g6, maybe there are different ways. If queen a4, king d8, but the easiest way that is winning by force is knight b3, attacking the queen and sacrificing the queen. Check. Obviously it's a mate, so he needs to go queen f5. We take, and this is just winning. The knight comes to f5, and black's position is not defendable anymore. So this is the whole difference between castle and bishop when we include castle and bishop e7, because now the problem is that he cannot go f5. For example, in my game, Volodar played bishop f6, and the game continued knight g3 here with serious advantage. And I won very convincingly that game. But actually after bishop f6, there is even better way. Queen c2, attacking the pawn. If knight c5, bishop h7 is good. g6, we just take on g6, white should be winning. If g6, then f5 is crashing. And during the game I didn't understand what to do after h6. And I thought it is the same, and I need to play knight g3 here. That's why I started with knight g3. But actually here there is fantastic way to play. It's just amazing way. It's the computer way, obviously. Is the move bishop h7. The point is that we just don't allow him to castle. And after knight c5, knight g3, white is just crashing. Knight h5 is coming. And since he cannot castle, black's position is hopeless. g6 is always met by bishop g6. So this is fantastic idea. So after a4, if he goes knight c5, we go here. This is very similar to the main line. So let's say he goes castle. Now we must take, because knight g3 is met by f5. And if we go f5, this is not clear. So I prefer to take already knight g3. And now white has serious initiative because of this bishop. All the pieces are aiming to black's king. For example, if g6, it looks logical to push a5. But then after bishop h6, black should be better. Of course, he can exchange, he can give up the exchange, but I don't think it's enough. Another option is here, it's a little bit better here. If rook d8, still very good for white. But after rook e8, queen f3, f5. I think it's not entirely clear, but definitely it's in white's favor. Now we can take the exchange up by force by playing d6 here. Here he must give it up already, and I think this is still clear advantage because the king is very weak. This bishop is very unpleasant. All the time some queen c3 are coming. Still, of course, it's a sharp, but it should be better for white. So this is about g6, and if he goes knight c5, then we simply go back. So now after g6, b4 is the point, and some d6 might come next. So here, let's say here we go bishop e3. Definitely white's position is very promising. Of course, the pawn structure is complicated. It can be dowel-edged, but all our pieces for now are aiming that side. That seems to be enough for advantage. I think black's position is dangerous. So that's why after bishop e4, I prefer f5 for black, but still white is a little bit better, at least after the move a3. He must go here. This is the whole point. This is definitely in white's favor. We will just take the pawn back and white will be pawn up. So he needs to go here. So now here we have choices. So we can go bishop d3 or we can take on c6. I think both are interesting. This is a little bit more sharp because now the position, of course, is complicated, but I think objectively is better for white. But it's more sharp and anything can happen. If you want to keep it simple, I think the best way is to take Nc4, trying to fix the square. Even here there's another option, knight c3 is also interesting. The point is that d5 is of course not possible because of check. And after rook c8, this is still better, I think, if d5 still check. If castle, I think this is still better for white because we are controlling the square. Maybe b4 is coming, white is still better. But a little bit more simple is simply to go here, queen b3 and bishop b3. So now he must go d5, otherwise the structure is not very nice for black. We'll go rook d1, knight to c3 and d5, the game will be over. So he needs to open the position, but I don't think this is clear equality. I think white is simply better. We keep the queens for now. And still is better thanks to the worse pawn structure, and I think white is still having some opportunities to win here. So this is about this move order with bishop b7, knight c6. I think after 95, black definitely has some problems. So thank you for watching this lesson, guys, and we'll move to the main lines in the next lessons. Thank you. Thank you.